So, I wanted to make a very quick video to upload to the channel about one of the biggest events to happen in the world of professional wrestling in a very, very long time. This is as big as Vince McMahon buying WCW, as big as ECW closing down, as big as Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor, as big as AEW launching. And that is effective July 22nd, 2022. Vince McMahon is retired from the WWF. Now, I don't know exactly what brought about this, but I assume it has to do with the investigation going on right now into Vince McMahon and some of his more unsavory behind-the-scenes actions in WWE that have come to light over the last couple of months. If you want more information on that, look it up. This is not going to be a regular thing on the channel. This is not a news channel. If you want to keep up with professional wrestling news, go follow Cultaholic. Go follow What Culture Pro Wrestling. Go follow Wrestle Talk. Those are the sites to go to get the information about any news updates or anything going on. But this event is too big for me not to make a video about. Because, like I said, this is probably one of, if not the biggest thing to happen in professional wrestling in decades. Vince McMahon, at nearly the age of 77 years old, has retired from WWE. He is no longer the CEO or the chairman of WWE. He is no longer leading creative when it comes to Raw, SmackDown, NXT 2.0, or any other assets of WWE. And that is groundbreaking. That is world-shaking. That changes everything. Because that simple thing right there means that somebody new will be in charge of leading creative. And God knows what else this is going to lead to. Who else is going to leave? Who else is going to get replaced? What's going to change? I don't know. But I can tell you this right now. I am very, very intrigued to see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months. And like I said, if you guys want to keep up with any of those big news breaking stories, go follow those other channels, which I've already mentioned, because they're very reliable sources. They're where I get all my industry news from. It's also how I keep up with a lot of wrestling product nowadays, because let's face it, there's a lot of wrestling out there to keep up with. And I don't know anybody who has the time of day to keep up with everything. So if you want to keep up to date, any breaking news stories, please go follow those channels. I just wanted to give my opinion on this because of how monumental it is. Like I said, I am very interested to see where WWE goes from here. Who steps up? Who takes over? I know they've already announced that the new head of creative, or not the head of creative, the new man in charge of talent relation will be Triple H. Which is, I believe, the job he had before he had his heart episode, his heart scare, back in September. So with him taking over, I'm very interested to see if things are going to go kind of revert a little back to what they were back when NXT was the black and gold. If they're going to look more towards work rate and veterans and guys from the indies, or are they going to stay the course that Vince McMahon has set up over the last several months, of recruiting former school athletes, college students, etc., to see and train them from scratch. Are they going to keep that route, or are they going to go back to the way Triple H was kind of doing things? It's very intriguing. It's very interesting. Also announced the new permanent chairwoman. She was the interim chairwoman as the investigation for Vince McMahon was going on. Stephanie McMahon is now permanently taking over as the chairwoman of WWE and also executive vice president, not executive vice, is also the CEO of the entire company, along with Nick Khan, a man who over the last several years has gained a lot of power and a lot of control and a lot of sway in WWE with promotion after promotion after promotion. As people have left, he's gotten promoted. Apparently, he was a guy who is known for the business world and being very successful at it. Again, you can find different documentaries about the guy. You can find different news videos about the guy. But over the last several years, he's acquired a lot of power in WWE. So it's interesting to see that he will also be stepping up and taking over part of the company as well. I do not think this is the end for the WWE. I know some people might go out there and rant and rave and say, "Oh, it's all over. AEW's won," or WWE's finally gonna close down or whatever. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. WWE is too big. There's too many people that could be in charge. It's gonna take something a little bit more than this to cause the company to collapse in on itself and be gone. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, if ever. But I am very intrigued to see where it goes from here. Will the creative change? Will the product get better? Will it get worse? Will people tune out because now another aspect of what made people start watching wrestling, the whole Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Attitude Era stuff, is now gone as well? So are they just gonna throw in the towel and say, "Screw it, I'm done too"? Who knows? Hopefully, this is a positive change. Now, whether you hate the man or like the man, you cannot deny Vince McMahon had changed the industry since the 70s, I believe, the late 70s, early 80s. He's the man who helped create, WrestleMania, made Hulk Hogan the household name he is, whether, again, you like or don't like Hulk Hogan. Gave the platform for guys to become big household names, guys like The Rock, guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, even former WCW guys who kind of are now known as WWE guys, like Chris Benoit, whether, again, you like the guy or don't like the guy. Personally, as a person, not a big fan. As his body of work, I think is fantastic. I look at his work separate from the artist, and I know it's difficult for people to do, but I'm not here to talk about Chris Benoit. But guys like Eddie Guerrero, for instance, I know a lot of people know him from WCW, but a lot of people don't know him from WCW. They know him as the WWE guy, and none of that would be possible without Vince McMahon. Triple H, another guy who started in WCW, came over to WWF at the time, and made a name for himself, and now is one of the most powerful men in the company. You cannot deny that Vince McMahon created something that is going to live on long past him, long past a lot of us, and that because of the platform he made, allowed a lot of us to be fans, a lot of us to get into this crazy world that we call professional wrestling. And again, whether you like the guy or you don't like the guy, that's not up for me to decide. But you can't deny that what he did when it came to the wrestling aspect wasn't revolutionary. So guys, please leave a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen with the WWE, with its backstage politicking, with all that stuff, now that Vince McMahon's gone? Do you think the product's going to improve? Do you think it's going to take a nosedive? Do you think people are going to start panicking and Vince McMahon is eventually going to be brought back? Do you guys think that AEW is going to see a surge in popularity because people are going to jump ship now that Vince McMahon's gone? Do you guys think that more people are going to now see WWE more favorably because those old bad habits that Vince McMahon had installed are now gone, or are going to be gone in the next couple of months, or maybe going to be gone in the next couple of months? Are you guys going to start watching WWE again if you haven't watched it in a long time? Just whatever you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm not planning on doing a whole bunch of news videos like this. This is just a random rant of my thoughts and what's going on in my head, because, like I said, this is one of the biggest stories to happen in decades when it comes to the professional wrestling industry. So leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wrestling Randomness. I'm Harley Morris, and I'll see you guys next time.